recently came home.
Southfield police.
Within the last 48 hours of me making this video, a Detroit rapper has recently came home after doing 6 years for allegedly shooting his enemy in the middle of a jewelry store.
Okay.
Now that situation came on 3 months after losing his best friend to a retaliation murder that left him gunned down inside of his home. This Detroit rapper opposition wasted no time going on social media to remind him of his deceased brother after making his first public appearance on social media as a free man. A beef that was mentioned in many drill raps, which we'll later play, and also caused a chain of events for years to come. Today we run down on this story,
I know it be
paying our respects
cracking
to
in
those
Detroit,
who
bro.
lost their
Detroit,
life. Go in chronological order.
They don't play
See
that
who was
either. They be
arrested,
getting busy
see
up
who
there,
mentioned
boy.
these names in drill raps, and see where we stand today. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said,
Give
make
us the
sure
story
you like,
then.
comment, and subscribe. We're gonna jump right to it. Fam Meat, a Rondé Clark, also known by his rap stage name as Rondé. Now Fam Meat was some would consider his best friend, Alex Ward, aka Al Wu. Al Wu was not only a rapper, but he was talented. He was also the producer. They have songs together with millions of views on YouTube, having tracks like What They Want, released 8 years ago, with 1.2 million views and counting.
Niggas switching up, you gotta watch niggas. Glock got a red light, this bitch stop niggas.
Now they rap in an alleged group called 9K, Glock Boys. Represents the 900 block of Prest, a neighborhood in Detroit, Michigan. It was also close to well-known rapper T Grizzly, another Detroit native.
So that explains why they in that video with hard.
About 8 years ago, Al Wu had made enemies with an alleged well-known gang based out of Detroit, Michigan, named Cash Gang. And this allegedly how that story went. A man was robbed. His father had put a hit out for the men who allegedly robbed his son. In return, allegedly, Al Wu had took that hit, and the people who was allegedly responsible was Cash Gang. So Al Wu had wanted to book the guy for a show. He wouldn't do it. So then he asked for a verse, and that was given. But instead, a guy who went by the name of Fat Tay, a part of Cash Gang, he was shot at a Detroit show where fellow gang member Lonnie was performing. But Fat Tay didn't die. And one way or another, Cash Gang ended up finding out that Al Wu was allegedly responsible for it. So ever since that day, it was on the floor. Now a fellow Cash Gang member will later confirm this in his...
So what it basically sound like that the Al Wu nigga set up one of the Cash Gang members to get killed. That's what it sounded like to me. So... maybe that was led to him being unalive. So we're gonna finish this video.
Which we'll later reference to in the video. But shortly after, October 15th, 2018, Al Wu had lost his life after being gunned down inside his own home. But he wasn't in Detroit. The scene was followed to a suburb apartment complex in Farmington Hill, where police at the time described as not random. It was around 1:15 a.m. And according to authorities, the perpetrators jumped over to his balcony from the outside and started shooting from outside the balcony, striking two people. But unfortunately, 22-year-old Alex Ward has succumbed to his injuries. May he rest in peace and love condolences to his family.
This breaking news that we've been following all morning long. It's from Farmington Hills.
Yeah, pretty scary night there. There has been a shooting at this apartment complex, and it has left one man dead, another wounded and in the hospital. Nick Monticelli has been there throughout the morning, gathering more information from investigators.
That's why you got to be like, if you gonna be in the streets, bro, you gotta be aware of your surroundings, bro. Like being followed, like you gotta be on point, bro. Like looking in your mirrors, your mirrors, your side mirrors. Like you gotta be looking and see if somebody following you, bro. Because like I said, if you in the streets, bro, and you know you got ops and you out here doing dirt in the streets, bro, you can't just be just lollygagging home, no matter if you live in the suburbs or not. Because like I said, niggas will follow you and will sit outside your house. Especially like niggas today, they don't care about where they get you at, bro. Like I said, they don't care if they hit innocent people or not. And if they want you, they gonna get you. So like it's unfortunate that it's happened to him, but like so.
And Nick, police are saying they don't think this shooting is random at all.
Nah, it ain't random.
No, I'm not sure if they know exactly what the shooting was about, but obviously they have one victim they can talk to. One is in the hospital and one is dead after the shooting. Right here behind me, all of these evidence markers laying out either key pieces of evidence or potentially shell key.
Dump it, bro. Look at that. I mean, 1, 2, that's 4, 6, 7, bro. They was
Seems there are 32 different markers out there, so a lot for the investigative unit and the evidence technicians to go over. Now, I want to show you some video. The bullet holes in the side of the window tell the investigators a whole lot about this shooting. They are saying that the shots came from outside of the unit into it, also through the 2 windows and the door wall as well. So whoever was behind this fired a whole lot of shots. Inside, as you said, 2 men were shot. One of them killed, another one is in the hospital and is expected to be okay. What we don't know, though, were shot. One of them killed, another one is in the hospital and is expected to be okay. What we don't side of the unit into it, also through the 2 windows and the door wall as well. So whoever was behind this fired a whole lot of shots. Inside, as you said, 2 men were shot. One of them killed. Another one is in the hospital and is expected to be okay. Houses, what we don't know, though, is what happened here. What's the motive? What was the argument? What was happening? And that's something that the detectives obviously have to try to figure out. Fortunately, they can try to get some information out of one of the victims in this case. As far as a suspect goes, there's another huge question mark on that one. We were talking to one of the sergeants out here saying that they don't know much about a suspect just yet, but hopefully the one surviving victim can at least tell them what they were looking at or what the shooting was about and who may be responsible. We're live here in Farmington Hills. Nick Monticelli, Local 4 News today.
That's crazy.
Now, what you didn't hear in that news clip is that 3 people was later arrested that night. When 911 calls started coming in, police said an officer saw a speeding vehicle in the area and stopped it. He arrested 3 occupants, and they were charged with murder. One was Malik Williams, 20 years old at the time. At just 20 years old, Malik had an extensive criminal record and was released out of federal custody earlier that month on October 2nd. Another suspect.
Like, what the hell do, like, I don't, like, why, how do niggas be having federal cases and be getting released, bro? Like, I know they saying you innocent to prove guilty. Yeah, that is a true thing, but, like, bro, if they in federal custody and you release them, niggas just gonna get back home and do the same thing they doing. Like I said, they went and shot up a whole house and killed 1 person and injured 2 or 3. Like, come on, bro. Yeah, I mean, injured
back with
one.
Jameer Gray, 22 years old at the time. He was considered to be a landscaper with an outstanding warrant in Pennsylvania. He was facing 8 felony counts. He ended up turning into a witness, which we'll later talk about. The other suspect was Stephen Davis, 19 years old. All 3 were so young, but threw their life away before it even started.
Top story developing right now. 3 people have been formally charged in a deadly shooting at an apartment complex in Farmington Hills. It comes after a violent and bloody attack on 2 men in their apartment in the early morning hours on Tuesday.
The arraignment happened a short time ago, and our Rob Maloney was there. Rod?
Yeah, Devin, Kimberly, here's the thing. The Farmington Hills police were exceptionally tight-lipped about this when this shooting happened. They didn't say much, and now we know why. It turns out that just minutes after the shooting, an alert police officer discovered a speeding car in the area, made a stop, made the arrest, and now they've arraigned the 3 men he arrested.
That's crazy.
The memorable murder scene that left 22-year-old Alex Ward dead and friend Malik Lewis injured violently shook this quiet Farmington Hills neighborhood early on Tuesday.
Then these niggas be shooting up houses. Like, I don't like, how is this gangster, bro? Like I said, I ain't condoning the violence and none of that, but like, bro, shooting up houses is crazy, bro. Shooting up apartments is crazy. Like, bro, you can hit anybody, bro. But niggas don't be caring, bro. They just want to, they don't care who they hit, bro. They just be shooting, bro. I would expect more if they would have kicked in the door and did that to him. But nah, they just shot it outside the house. And luckily they hit whoever they hit. But, you know, it's like I said, a rest in peace to the dude that got hit. But, like, come on, bro. We got to stop shooting up houses and apartments, bro. Like, this is not gangster, bro.
Just after 1 a.m. But when the sun came up, numerous bullet holes in the windows and an apartment deck were visible just yards from 12 Mile Road. At least 16 shots were fired into the building. Farmington Hills Police Detective Jason McDonald put this shooting into perspective at the arraignment today.
We have information to believe that the victim in this case may have been hunted down and assassinated.
He was.
When the 911 calls started coming in, Farmington Hills police now say an officer saw a speeding vehicle in the area and stopped it, and he arrested the 3 men at the scene. They are now the trio charged in this murderous attack. First and foremost among them, 20-year-old Malik Thomas Williams of Detroit. He's facing 10 felony counts, including open murder, felony firearms, felon in possession, assault with intent to murder, and discharging a weapon into a building. Williams has an extensive criminal record record and just got out of federal custody on October 2nd. 22-year-old Jameer DeMarco Brown Gray of Detroit is a landscaper, but also has outstanding drug warrants in Pennsylvania. He's facing 8 felony counts, including open murder and felony firearms. And finally, 19-year-old Stephen Dionel Davis of Detroit. He's also facing the same 8 felony counts as Brown Gray. Now, the Oakland County Drug Task Force was involved in this case. We had the 3 of them enter either not guilty pleas or stood mute, which means they were pleading not guilty. They have a probable cause hearing at the end of the month. We're looking at a preliminary exam where we're likely to get a little bit more information on the case coming up in November.
Now, while all this going on, alleged Cash Gang member Big Key has been dropping music and rising in the hip-hop community. He dropped a song titled FTO with over 5 million views and counting. Less than 2 minutes.
Everybody got an FTO
song. Talked about his alleged fellow gang member that was shot at the show where he mentioned Tay. Check it out.
I can see us winning in the future like I'm Raven. Y'all heard about what happened to Fat Tay? Niggas paying more, bro.
Now at this point, Al Wu lost his life. Stepping in 2019, Rondé know he could possibly be next.
Damn.
So he stand on his P's and Q's.
You got to.
He spotted an op or opposition at a local jewelry store. It was February 4th, 2019, at around 1:45 p.m. Officers have responded to the Advance building on Greenfield Road for a report of a shooting. The victim and other witnesses told police that the suspect pulled a handgun from his pocket and shot at the victim, firing 1 round into the victim's body. The man that was shot was identified as J.B. Purpleheart. Now, Rondé ran from the scene to eventually see his picture on the local news later that night.
Need your help finding a man accused of shooting someone inside an office building in that city. These are surveillance photos of the guy they're looking for. Police say this man opened fire.
He can't say he didn't do it. He right there, clear as day on camera.
Inside the Advance building on Greenfield Road near West 9 Mile Monday afternoon, 1 person was hit. There's no word on that victim's condition at this time, but if you know anything about the shooting, you're asked to call
research on
Southfield
catching
Police.
an op at the jewelry store.
Now, Rondé was sentenced to 10 years in prison.
Damn, he got 10?
And was charged with assault with intent, great bodily harm, less murder, or by strangulation. But he only ended up doing 6 years. Now, while Rondé was serving that time, the man who killed his right-hand man was sentenced in 2021. And during the sentencing, Renita Ward, Alex Ward, a.k.a. Al Wu Bomb, said the following, quote, "He was my only son. He had a heart of gold. He would give anything to anyone who asks for anything," end quote. During this time, the friend that Al Wu was with was also identified as Malik Lewis. As mentioned, he survived. Ms. Ward says she moved her family from Detroit to Farmington for a better life. Since losing Alex, she hasn't been able to return to work. She no longer trusts people or host family dinners. She says she can't even attend church like she used to because she's reminded of seeing him play drums there for services.
That's crazy, bro. Like,
painful.
I know it's painful. Like, bro, just imagine, bro, losing your only son, bro. Probably, like, that is wild, bro. Like, but that's what comes with the streets, bro. Like, putting these mamas through this pain, like, parents, even, I don't know where his pops is, but, like, bro, we gotta stop, bro. Like, we gotta take an account for our people, bro. Like, putting our people through this pain is crazy. But, like, I don't know, man. Like, it's wild, bro.
The mother quoted,
like,
"Lit up my world." When he walked into the room,
I didn't see it happen, bro.
And if you were down, he'll make you smile, end quote. Her son left behind a toddler who asks where his daddy is. She added, "It's hard to tell the child your daddy is not here, and I can't take you to him.
I know that's
he doesn't
hard.
understand," end quote. And right before the sentence was handed down, she quoted, "I wish they could suffer like I'm suffering. Not a day goes by that I don't cry." She said,
they don't care though.
Quote, "Why him? When he did nothing to them? Why my son? He gave back to the community. Why?" And
see, right there, like, she said he ain't do nothing to nobody. From apparently, it sounded like he said, "Do it up." See, that's one thing people fail to realize. They don't be knowing what they kids be doing in the streets, bro. Like, some people do, but for the majority part, people be acting oblivious to, like, they don't know what their kids doing in the streets and stuff. But I ain't saying it was right or wrong, but, like, if he, like I said, he apparently got dudes set up to get shot. Hey, but, like, don't, like, but this is when people say this all the time.
Davis,
he ain't do nothing to nobody and none of that.
He was set
like,
to serve 20 to 60 years in prison.
Damn.
Second-degree murder, which he pled no
He
contest
got 20 to
in
60.
July 2021. as well as assault with intent to murder, discharging a weapon at a building, causing injury and possession of a firearm,
shooting up houses, bro. Shooting up buildings.
He cooperated, so he had the lesser sentence. And the family
then he get to tell
his interrogation to know exactly what happened. So be on the lookout for that as well. His other two co-defendants, Malik Williams, 20 years old. He was convicted July 31st, 2021, following a jury trial. He was sentenced to 60 to 90 years in prison for second-degree murder and concurrent sentencing for assault with intent to murder and discharging a weapon at a building causing injury. He was also sentenced to 2 years for possession of a firearm and the commission of a felon. Jameer Gray, 21 years old at the time, he avoided trial by pleading no contest to second-degree murder, agreeing to a minimum sentence of 40 years in prison for the homicide and 2 more years for firearm charges. But at sentencing hearing, Jameer told the judge he was withdrawing his plea and wanted a new attorney. He quoted, "I didn't understand. I was forced to take the deal, because if I didn't, who knows what would have happened." He also claimed his court-appointed attorney never did what he asked. Quote, "No, I don't want the deal. No, I don't want the deal. No." Unfortunately, he was denied. Now, while all this is going on,
it's too late, dummy. That's why you gotta know your rights, bro.
Sentence, only having to serve 6. And on February 27, 2025, he will finally walk out them gates.
That's all you know. You gotta have that talk like he that in here, huh? Yeah, they know ain't nobody dropping me but my PO. Yeah, found out she was fucking me, he beat her to a pole. They know I keep it on me, dumb as fuck, think I don't. Yeah, now the Glock goes, turn to a ghost. I done let my bitch moan, then he turned into a hoe. I don't ask him what he on, cause I know that he on go. He sound convincing on them songs, but we know that he a hoe. Yeah, if I
back out making this song. Niggas don't learn their lesson.
Nigga, who the fuck is you? Why you ahead? You should stop. I hate to kill you. Yeah, mama on my head. Niggas begging me to stop. I'm bitch trying to fuck. I told her, babe, I need to drop. How the fuck this nigga gang? He ain't never sent a shot. Shit around my daughter age. My daddy let me shoot the Glock. Yeah, 50 on that glitz. 100 on that yacht. You survive, you for sure gon' need.
Gonna get sent right with your mans. You know what they say, fam. Once a body drop, there's no returning back. It only take one person to want retaliation. It's 2025.
I'm gonna need a surgeon in the doc and a miracle. Hey, free my nigga RJ. He's serious. The Glock closer.
Now, it didn't take long for a Cash Game member to respond to Rondé coming home, quoting, "It's 2025. Don't get out here thinking it's 2019. Gonna get sent right with your man."
You feel me? Niggas don't forget.
You know what they say, fam. Once a body drop, there's no returning back. It only take one person to want retaliation. It's a never-ending cycle. Everyone who we affected by
that's the thing, bro. Like, why are people be like, "When is gonna stop? It's not gonna stop," because everybody don't feel the same. Like I said, it only take one person to feel need to get revenge, bro. Anybody else can be like, "Okay, no, I'm cool, bro. We gonna chill." Nah, but that one person, bro, can just set the whole thing back off. Like, that's why it's never gonna end, because everybody don't feel to have the same feelings.
Condolences. And everybody who lost their life, want to say once again, rest in peace. I love condolences to you guys' family. Fam, there you have it. This was the story of a Detroit rapper who shot his enemy in the middle of the jewelry store 3 to 4 months after his best friend was gunned down in his own home. Recently come home after 6 years with his enemy, reminding him of his deceased friend on day 1. Let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comment.
I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy. Like I said, bro, revenge ain't got no due date. Say motherfuckers don't forget, bro, what happened. But I said, like, just get out the streets, bro. The streets ain't what it is, bro. But I mean, it's never gonna end. Like I said, it take one person to, like he said, remind them. Like he said, don't be thinking this is 2019, it's 2025. You gonna get sent with your mans. Like I said, so yeah, get out that street, bro. The streets ain't it, bro. But y'all hit that like and subscribe button for me, and shout out to the Family TV for this video.